Good afternoon, and welcome to One Meets the Eye. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we're going to be covering Transformers Legacy Evolution Beachcomber. So if you wouldn't mind, please like, share, and subscribe, and comment below and tell me what is your favorite minibot. I'd like to know. So here in front of me, I have the minibots that we've gotten so far, except for Cliffjumper, who's riding on a motorcycle. We've got the Huffer. We have Beachcomber there. We've got Bumblebee from the Netflix Earthrise Bumblebee. We've got Warpath, and we have Pipes. Pipes is honestly one of my favorites in here. I like just giant pipes. You can put them actually you can put them so that they're sticking way up above him, like some of those semi trucks had in the 80s and early 90s when you would see them driving around and they'd have these freaking smokestacks that went up to the sky. That's kind of what this is like. I don't know whatever happened to those. They just kind of vanished one day. So let's go ahead and put that pipe back in its little spot. But I put his pipes on the back of his truck mode, like he's actually just carrying two giant culvert pipes around for some weird reason. Anyway, I've got Warpath here. Warpath is fun. Warpath is a little weird though. He's got a creaky bit in his turret. I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, let's do a little size comparison with these guys. So let's do Bumblebee first. We'll set Warpath and pipes up to the left, and Huffer, you can go to the right. I can't wait for them to release a gears. That would be great. I need gears. I need power glide. Oh, I really need power glide. So let's line this up. All right. The Bumblebee goes from the front wheel to the back wheel. Just a little bit in front of the front wheel, probably all the way to the front of this vehicle mode. Actually, yeah, looking at this, this Dune Buggy mode isn't much longer than Bumblebee in his vehicle mode. The Dune Buggy mode is wider than the Bumblebee, but honestly, not by that much. Actually, yeah, kind of. Bumblebee seems like he could just drive between the headlights of Beachcomber there. Alright, that's the Bumblebee comparison. Let's set Bumblebee here. There you go, Bumblebee. Okay, let's take a look at Warpath, one of my favorite guys because of his onomatopoeias. Yeah, kablammy! Whoosh! Bam! Wazoo! He's so fun. Okay, him and Beachcomber are actually about the same exact size in this mode. Look at that. That's pretty cool. I do like the fact that you can find by the canopy or the hatch on top of Warpath here and its size, and you can feel in here to the size of the seats in Beachcomber and realize these guys are scaled correctly. They're both on the same scale. And yeah, the Sherman tank was a tiny, tiny tank. I think this was Sherman tank, and for Warpath, and yeah, very tiny tank. But if you've ever been around an actual dune buggy, a real dune buggy, you know those things are a lot bigger than you think they are. I mean, look at those two seats. That's crazy. So let's put Warpath off to the side, and let's bring in Pipes here, because Pipes and Huffer are the same, except for some cosmetics. So they stretch all the way. It seems that Beachcomber's actually a little longer than them, but not by much. Let's see. Yeah. Got our two nice little semi-trucks on either side of this dune buggy. And let's take a look at that, put in there. Yeah. Get a little comparison of how wide the dune buggy is compared to these guys. But then again, dune buggies are a bit wider of a vehicle. So let's go ahead and put these two. Real quick, let's do that nice side comparison thing. We'll just put him in front. There we go. Boom, just like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it. I like the minibots they've come out with so far, and I can't wait for them to come out with the A10 Warthog. Give me my Power Glide. You can take a little longer on Sea Spray, but you need to get out with the Power Glide already. Come on. Okay, so that is the comparisons I have, except for one, and now I gotta find what happened to my handy dandy Lego pad. It was over here. Cream, what did you do to it? Did you misplace it? Oh, it's under my It's under my stage, so let's make sure nothing's going to slide off. Hold it in my hand. Pick up the Wii Fit board. There it is. Cool. I love having a Wii Fit board as my stage for these YouTube videos. It really does help out. And it's a good use for a Wii Fit board that was just literally doing nothing but taking up space. I mean, nobody wants to buy one, and you got to use it. You know, recycle, man. Reuse, find new uses for things, make trash into treasure. So let's put Beachcomber here, and then let's get a look at his size on lengthwise. Lengthwise, he's 10, 11, 12, 13 studs long. And widthwise, let's get him at his width. This is nice, I believe. Yeah, his front and back wheels are at the same width, which is really pleasant and easier to measure. He is 8 studs wide from hubcap to hubcap. Look at that. That's wonderful. That means he is sticking by the norm. And height-wise, for his vehicle mode, we've got, here it is. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 studs, 6 studs tall. Double check. Double check. Hey. Okay. So yeah, 6 studs tall. Isn't that fun? Let's go ahead and slide this back under here. There we go. Let's store that away. Okay, so that's kind of the measurements for Beachcomber here. I wanted to make sure you had a good grasp of his size. He is a mini bot, so he is definitely not going to be as large as like Hound here, who's not a mini bot. And it was it's just fun. I do like comparing their sizes. Anyway, so let's talk about this dune buggy mode. And the first thing to mention is the thing that I think everybody else loves about this. It's got rubber wheels. They're not exactly rubber. I think they explained in the on the YouTube channel for Hasbro that they're actually like a recycled vinyl or something, but they feel like rubber, and they make the rubber noises whenever you roll it around on the ground. So I don't care what they made it out of. If it acts like rubber and it feels like rubber, and I don't know, I haven't smelt or tasted it, so I can't tell you if it smells or tastes like rubber. But let's see. Okay, it doesn't smell like rubber. It actually smells like the HasLab Sentinel. So there's that. I guess I know where they got the batch of vinyl from. Okay, so that's the wheels. They're fun. They're cool. I do like their texture. They did a good job with these wheels. They're really neat. I do think they did a good job with pinning the wheels on. That does make it this the way they attach the wheels makes a really nice hubcap. I do think it's a missed opportunity to not put some siege ports in those hubcaps. I do like it when they do that. I think that's always fun. So 4 wheels, dune buggy. Let's get to the front of it. And was it Josie and the Pussycats that had the speed buggy, or was it just speed buggy? I remember there's a blue dune buggy that had a mouth and it laughed and stuff, and that was an old Scooby-Doo like show. But this guy kind of feels similar to that dune buggy. We've got, but then again, all dune buggies are similar. You got this big headlight on each side, big old headlights, huge, and then you have the grill on the front of the vehicle that we talked about, which is actually the gun. I do enjoy that storage. I think that's a fun and unique way to store the gun, and I wish they'd do stuff like that more often in Transformers. The storing it as a piece of the vehicle is a lot of, it's cool. So the texture for the front of this is very smooth and sleek. There's a couple of ridges near where the this leveled up area, I think, is actually a window. I don't know if it's clear or not, but anyway, that's supposed to be a window there. Anyway, that's a very smooth hood area. It's not really much texture to go off of there. You got these windows, or at least armored panels that come up to help the driver. You can get your finger in between these. The roll bar, which I have to say the roll bar here is really well done. This roll bar combination it reminded me a lot of the roll bar combination that you got with the Transformers Alternators Hound. And that one had a very similar way of doing the roll bars, and I like the fact that they took from that, even to the point of two of the roll bars becoming parts of the legs, and then one of the roll bars actually becoming part of the waist. That happened in the alternators one, if I remember right. So that's really cool. In here we've got two seats. It's a two-seater, and these seats actually have some sculpt work on them. They feel like seats. They did put a little sculpt work, not much, but they put enough to give you the impression of seats, which, hey, that's above and beyond in my opinion. Who else would stick their finger in there and feel around? And that's good job putting some sculpt work and molding in a place that's hard to reach. Over here on either side, we've got one of my favorite textures in this, and it's this diamond pattern corrugated steel. You see this on a lot of bigger vehicles. This is on the tool chests that you see, those big silver tool chests some people put in the backs of their trucks. That's the type of pattern on those things, and it's on the side, on either side of this dune buggy. And a friend of mine, his father had a dune buggy when I was growing up, and it had similar stuff. It had a very sturdy metal platform on either side. There were no doors. You just kind of climbed on the platform and then went through the roll bars to get in and buckled yourself down. That was really cool. I do like the fact that this is so similar to a dune buggy, and it's really good. They did a good job with this. This is one of the better vehicle modes I've come across in this. And there's a few questions though. Like there's these tiny ports on either side of the main area. There's little like a 5mm port, but it's more like a 2mm port or something. Maybe a 3mm port. It's just weird. It's not a peg. It's just a hole. And it is annoying that it's not a peg, because I would love to put the Parakeet, which is on his back, right? It's in the siege port on his back area, right below the roll bar, so the Parakeet's safe if it rolls over. Yeah, I would love to put the Parakeet on the side and just have it chilling on the side of the vehicle, but there's a peg hole instead of a peg there, which is a negative. But overall, let's continue. So that's the sides. There's a siege port on the side. We come back here to the rear rubber wheels, and we get the engine area that happens because dune buggies engines are in the back. It's a rear-wheel drive vehicle. Most of this front area is just for show. Like, that's just suspension and stuff and storage if you want. But back here is where the action happens. Anyway, they did a decent job texturing the stuff back here, but I think it may have been a little bit of a miss when it comes to texturing all the engine activity that happens in the back area. Maybe if they'd given us another accessory to plug into these siege ports to maybe give some engine intake or something, that would have been cool. But I do love the Parakeet. Parakeet's one of my favorite parts next to the rubber wheels. Anyway, on the underside of this vehicle, we've got a very flat, smooth underside. There's a few transformation points in there, but for the most part, this is the underside of a vehicle. It just doesn't have a drivetrain. Though it kind of feels like it does have a rear-wheel drivetrain because of how everything works back there. That's really cool. Overall, I give this vehicle mode a 10 out of 10. I absolutely love this vehicle mode. I think it's a great representation of a dune buggy, and I think it's a great representation of Beachcomber in his vehicle mode. I absolutely love this thing, and it's going to go up there with where's he at? Warpath here, which I thought had an excellent vehicle mode as well. I love Warpath's vehicle mode. I think the little Sherman tank is just a lot of fun. And having this little dune buggy and having a dune buggy that's just as good is, if not better than Warpath's tank mode, is quite excellent. This is going on my top 10 Transformers of the Year list. Beachcomber here. He deserves it. He is an excellent Transformer, and I highly recommend picking him up today if you can. Thank you for watching my little series on Beachcomber this week. Overall rating I would give him is a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, a 9.5 out of 10. I think this is close to masterpiece Transformer that I've come across in a little while. I do absolutely love it. It's going up there with Ironhide from Studio Series 86. That was also a really great Transformer in my opinion. And these two guys are going to work together. They're definitely going to be in the top 10 for this year. But thank you for watching today's video. I think I've blathered on about Beachcomber long enough. I know he's beautiful, and he reminds me of paradise. But I think I should just end it here. Thank you so much for watching, and please, like I said before, comment below and tell me what your favorite minibot was in the G1 show. Mine was a toss-up between Powerglide, Warpath, and Beachcomber here, and if I had to choose one above all of them, it would be Powerglide, but Warpath here definitely is a close second. I liked my Warpath and Powerglide, but Beachcomber, my environmentalist friend, he's that guy that everybody needs in their lives, especially when you're under total war. You need somebody who's looking at the world around you going, hey, we don't want to destroy this. Thanks for watching. Until next Prime. Oh, and tomorrow I'm covering the letter Q. Yeah, that thing that Picard hates. Until next Prime. Bye-bye for now.